This is hugely controversial for businesses. Should you have political things such as donate to Ukraine, donate to Palestine on your website in your business? Okay, so, well, my personal take on this is we don't do that. We don't do it for any cause on virtualstaff.ph. And the reason we chose not to do that is because if you do it for one, you've kind of got to do it for all. Otherwise, it becomes a little hypocritical in some ways, because why did you choose this one over this one when there's tragedies involved in all? So, for example, let's say, I was on a website the other day and the company had donate to Ukraine. Now, okay, so there's humanitarian issues, tragic humanitarian issues. It's a sorry state of affairs. It's tragic. But it was also tragic, in all the conflicts that the US, the UK, everybody else has been involved in. There's tragedy all over the world in terms of humanitarian. Cuba could be a humanitarian crisis. Let's say, for example, Cuba. I visited Cuba on holiday. I'm British. Years ago, I went to Varadero. It was beautiful. But recently, last year, and this is during Joe Biden's presidency, the United States introduced a new thing that basically people in the UK, if they visit Cuba, it now becomes really bloody difficult for us to go to the US. We can't just, our visa to the US, which is usually a doddle, very easy to get. If we've been to Cuba in a couple of years, within a period prior to wanting to go to the US, just on holiday, on vacation, becomes more difficult. So the reason they did that was to try and starve Cuba, okay, from the tourist industry, something that's allowed them to create a lot of employment. Now, so if that was the case and travel in Cuba plummets, that's going to create mass unemployment. And why? So they can do a political change in the government in Cuba with a casualty of tens of thousands of people probably dropping from poverty and abject poverty. So this is why we don't get involved. This is why I don't get involved in any of my businesses in politics, because, there's so many issues around the world. And also, you can back something and then it can be a political mistake as well, depending on what it was that you backed. For example, if you backed the Vietnam War, in hindsight, it probably wouldn't have been a smart move because of the controversy that surrounded it. Other things as well, you see a lot of massive, huge conglomerate global companies like Disney, Apple, companies like that, and they have an opinion, say in the United States, they have an opinion in the UK on politics, on social standards, on all this type of stuff. But then you look at other countries that do business and make a lot of money, and they have no comment, absolutely no comment, because they say, well, we don't offend the government. In China, for example, because it might kick us out, or they might, make our life hell, affect the bottom line in our markets over there. Therefore, we're going to keep our lips sealed. So, okay, so I thought you were for human rights 1 minute when it came to equality or whatever in the United States, but then in China, or the Chinese market, or the Vietnamese market, you don't have an opinion. So that's why I think, as a businessman, as a business person, as an entrepreneur, as a business, I think focusing on creating a great product and service for your customer, making your business as profitable as it can be while providing that great product and service, innovate, do great things. And I think that's what business is all about. Now, this is my personal YouTube channel, so I can give opinions, but I don't give opinions as the business, because for the simple fact that the business isn't me. I'm different. I'm allowed an opinion. Anyone's allowed an opinion, but a business giving an opinion, driving a particular cause while ignoring other causes, for me isn't something I personally like to do. But each to their own. Now, give me your opinion whether you think businesses should back political causes, and if so, which political causes should they choose and which ones should they not choose? Comment below, give me your thoughts. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want more insights. These are all my business insights, political insights, and things like that. Yeah, and I'll look forward to reading them. Bye for now.